Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Hannah and I like to ramble on about books. Today's video is going to be my TBR for the month of August. Most of these are going to be picks from my TBR jar, but I do have two books that I've already kind of pre-selected. One of them is Aragon by Christopher Paolini. This was on my July TBR and I did not get to it, but I swear I'm going to get to this book, so this is going to be my first physical read in the month of August. So I promised I was going to read it. I still am, just getting pushed back a month. And then we also have The Curse That Binds by Laura Thalassa. This is the prequel to the Bewitched series. So far there's two books out and I am obsessed with that series. This book came out last month and I totally forgot, and I wanted to try to get it into my July TBR, but that just didn't happen. Luckily the audio for this comes out this month and I've listened to the other two books on audio, which I love the narrators for it, so I think I'm probably just going to do an audio listen for this one. So there's two already for the TBR. I think I'm going to put 4 prompts for my jar and let's see what we get from that. All right, give it a good shake. All right, first prompt for the month of August, we have a dark romance book. Quite a few options for that list, so let's see what I come up with. All right, so I found 4 potential options for this, but I think I already know what I'm gonna pick, but we'll go through the options anyway. First up, we have God of Malice by Rena Kent. I have not read any of Rena Kent's books, so I really do want to get into her book, specifically this series, because this is the one I hear the most about. And I still have the indie version of this. I'm kind of sad. I hope that I can get the other ones in the indie covers. I mean, I could probably buy them on Pango if they're not on Amazon anymore. I like it when my book covers match, so I'm going to be kind of sad if I can't. But anyway, this is a potential. We also have Shallow River by H.D. Carlton. This is pretty much the only book, at least that I own from her, that I have yet to read. I read all of the Cat and Mouse Duet and all the other books within that universe, and I've read, oh, what's it called? Does It Hurt by her, which I love H.D. Carlton, so it's another strong contender. We also have Monarch by Sophie Lark. This is the sequel to Grimstone, which I read, I feel like, a couple months ago. I don't think we're following the same character. Different character. I think we're just in the same town, which was kind of like a very interesting town. But I like Sophie Lark. Her books are pretty bingeable. They're very easy to fly through. So this was a very strong contender. But I think my ultimate choice is going to be Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. It was a gorgeous special edition that I got from, I think it was the Faded Romance box, but it's gorgeous. I got the whole trilogy just because the vibes of this sound like something that I'm gonna love. So it's like a dark romance with a demon. I think I'm gonna go for this one because it's very spooky vibes. You know, I'm all about Halloween, Summerween. Halloween's kind of an all year round for me, so there's no specific season that I need to have to read these books. So I think we're gonna go with this one. It's been on my shelf for a while, so I think it's about time I pick it up. All right, time for pick number 2. Just trying to grab one. That one. There's one. Okay. Almost looks like 2. Yeah, there's 2 in here. Oh god. Try again. 2 got like folded together. Okay, now we just have 1. All right, and this is gonna be our second prompt. We have a book with gold or silver lettering on the cover. Let me check my shelves. All right, so this one was surprisingly hard. I thought I had a lot more books that would have fit into this prompt, but the only 2 I could find would be The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. And then we also have Reckless by Lauren Roberts, which is the second book in the Powerless trilogy. I've been wanting to try V.E. Schwab, but I'm currently in the middle of the series, so I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up Reckless. I haven't heard the best things about this book specifically. I really enjoyed Powerless. I loved Powerful. I've heard that this one's more of a filler book, but let's give it a shot and see what I think. So that's going to be another one on our TBR for this month. go ahead and pick our third prompt. Okay, just one this time. So prompt number 3 is going to be the book that has the lowest rating on Goodreads. Dang it. All right, let me pull up my Goodreads. I think I can sort by lowest rating on books that are on my TBR, which I try to be good about keeping on top of adding books to that list. So let me see what I can find, and then if there's any books that I haven't added to that list, I'll double check them and make sure they're not any lower. Okay, just looking at my Goodreads list of books. So far the lowest is The Last One by Rachel Housel Hall at 2.83, but there's a couple books I recently picked up, so let me just look those up real quick and see if anything's lower than a 2.83, which that's pretty bad. All right, so yeah, after some digging, The Last One by Rachel Housel Hall is the lowest rating on Goodreads of the books on my TBR. Maybe I'll think differently. This was very much a, oh my god, this book is beautiful purchase. And honestly, my husband actually got it for me because I made that comment and then he bought it for me. Hopefully this doesn't disappoint. So this is a romantic. We're following our main character, Kai. She's kind of on a mission to reach the Sea of Devour. She teams up with this blacksmith who's like a really good fighter, but he's also very skilled at annoying her. So it sounds intriguing. We'll see what I think. I guess my expectations are kind of low. So honestly, when it comes to what we picked so far, the last 2 picks are kind of very low expectations. So maybe they will exceed them. Fingers crossed that they do. All right, let's do one final pick and hopefully we can get a good one. All right, final prompt for the month of August. We have a book that's out of your comfort zone. Man, these prompts are killing me this month. All right, let's see. I picked 4 that could go for this prompt, and I originally had this one in mind, which is The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. This is a book my mother-in-law loaned to me. This is out of my comfort zone because it's kind of historical fiction, and it's just something that I don't read very much, but I do find when I find a good one, I really do enjoy them. So that's partially why I'm not going to pick this. I mean, that sounds kind of stupid, but I'm really trying to pick something that's really out of my comfort zone. So this one's not gonna quite make the cut this month. This one we're following 2 different timelines. We're following a woman that's like post World War II. She's not married, she's pregnant. Her parents kind of send her away to get things taken care of, but then she ends up going on a mission to find one of her beloved cousins that kind of just disappeared. And then we're also following another woman that's like 1 year into World War I who ends up being a spy, which, you know, super uncommon because women didn't have the same status as men back there then. So it does actually sound really intriguing, and I wouldn't say it's completely out of my comfort zone. Whereas these next 3 picks pretty much are. So we have Icebound by Meredith Trapp. This is a hockey romance. We have Deep End by Allie Hazelwood, which is, I think, just a college sports romance. And then we also have Crossroads by Debney Perry, which is a cowboy romance. These are all out of my comfort zone because they are all just some form of contemporary romance, which I don't usually read at all. I like to give it a try every now and then. Some of them surprise me and I do enjoy them, but overall, just not the biggest fan. So I think at least give it a little bit of chance. I'm gonna try Crossroads. I feel like out of all of these, cowboy might be the more favorable of the subgenres of romance. We're gonna try it, we'll see. This month's gonna be brutal, so I'm gonna do my best to stick to this, but if I am struggling, I make no promises. I might have to pick something else that I'm a little more excited for, but I'm hoping to start the Ruthless Boys series by Suzanne Peckham and Caroline Valenti. Did I just swap their last names? Yes, I totally swapped their last names. By Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. They're the authors of Zodiac Academy. Ruthless Boys is like a prequel series to that. It came out first anyway, I'm pretty sure, but I haven't read it. So I do want to get that series read this year, so I'm probably going to read that on my Kindle this month too. I haven't been reading much on my Kindle, so I'm kind of hoping to get back into that as well. So that's going to be up there, so hopefully that's kind of like my breath of fresh air for this month if these reads don't go very well. So this is going to be pretty much my TBR for the month of August. We have Aragon by Christopher Paolini, The Curse That Binds by Laura Thalassa. This is most likely going to be an audio listen for me. We have her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. So this deck, very promising. We then go on to Reckless by Lauren Roberts. I don't think it's going to be bad, but my expectations are low. The last one by Rachel Hausa Hall. Lowest rating on Goodreads out of all the books in my TBR, so that one's a little scary. And then Crossroads by Devney Perry, a cowboy romance, which we'll see. Again, kind of low expectations for these last three, but that's pretty much it for my August TBR. If you guys have any opinions on these books, let me know, especially if they're positive. I'd like some words of encouragement because I'm a little scared for this month. Not gonna lie, but I will give it my best shot. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. If there's anything else you want to see from me, let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!